So, how do you get started as a content creator? Creating brand new content for your business, whether it be video or audio, podcasting, or blogging. What are you going to do? Well, by the end of this video, you're going to have a really good idea of your audience and who to go after, how to set it up for your business so people will know this is the place I want to be. And by the end, I'll give you 2 quick tips. Number 1, how to know that your podcast or your YouTube channel is going to be viable for a long time. A quick 5-minute test that you can do in just a few minutes. And a technique for SEO that will carry you forever. Let's get started. By the time this video is over, you're going to have a really good idea of who your audience is, how to set things up for your business, and will it be sustainable for the long haul? Well, we definitely want something that's going to go for a long time to help bring you customers and clients for years to come. The biggest piece of advice I can give you is please, please, please plan this out to the nth degree before you even press record on anything, whether it be a microphone or a camera. If you have it more done on paper, chances are it's going to be sustainable for the very long time, and you're going to have a lot of success with either your business podcast or your business YouTube channel or your blog, and help you bring in customers and clients for years to come. Who have you been talking to so far in your business? Those customers that are already coming in your door or sitting down and talking with you at your office, those are the folks who have already built a foundation for you. Now, the question is, what are their questions? Chances are, there's a really good chance that 80% of the questions across the board are pretty much the same. Start making a list of the questions that your customers and clients are already asking. And then, of course, pepper it a little bit with the extra questions that are probably one-offs, or only one person or one couple has a question for you about. Something that's specific and unique to their situation. Don't let them get away. But the foundation of your YouTube channel and your podcast and your blogging is going to be in those common questions that come up over and over and over again. Your customers are already telling you what they want. You just got to meet them where they are. So in your business, I'm sure you've been doing this for at least a few years now, right? So you pretty much know your business. You know your industry. You know what's going on in the world of wherever you are, whether it be financial planning, or maybe being a fitness coach, or maybe even a life coach. What are the things out there that are all abuzz in your industry? Those are some of the things you're going to start with in answering their questions that we just talked about a little while ago. So, are you an expert? What are you an expert in? Can you become an expert in that particular topic? This is where we get to brush off the books on our bookshelf and dig deep and remind ourselves what exactly we're doing. Chances are, if you've been in the business for any amount of time, you probably forgot quite a lot. Or, better yet, you've probably incorporated it into your daily activity and you just do it in your sleep. Trying to awaken those topics that you know secondhand and in your sleep has been the hardest thing for me, I know. So if you can remember and brush off those old topics that you used to just rattle off, that's going to be a great in as well. So now that you've got all these statements and questions that are coming from your clients, and you've got stuff to talk about from your particular industry, let's put those together and let's come up with 20 topics that you can talk about. What is something that if I handed you a microphone, what is something you could talk about in your industry or in your store or in your services, something that you're going to help customers and clients with? What could you talk about for, say, 10, 15 minutes unprompted? Now, don't go crazy. Just write down little notes. You don't have to come up with some fantastic title. Just write down something that's a memory jogger for you. And the big point is, if you can write down 20 of these subjects in just 5 minutes, chances are you're going to have a very sustainable podcast, YouTube channel, and blog. So take a few seconds if you want to. You can do this right now. Take a few minutes, press pause, and come back with your 20. So did you do that? Were you able to do that? Because like I said at the very beginning, if we can't get this down on paper, chances are it's not going to be very sustainable. I want you to be able to step into a studio, step in front of a camera, turn on a microphone, and be able to do this over and over and over again for a very long time, because that's what's going to bring in your clients. Now, is all this making sense? Can you hit the like button down below or subscribe? This is the type of stuff that we cover all the time at this channel, between podcasting, YouTube channels, and blogging, and you don't want to miss out on any of this. So please, click the subscribe button down below and let's keep going. So like I mentioned earlier, here's one of the key secrets to making sure that your audience is finding you. Basically, you know your stuff, right? They just don't know you know your stuff. You are probably the best kept secret on the internet right now. Well, we're going to blow that up in just a second. All those questions that you've written down, all those subjects and topics that you've written down from earlier, we're going to start running them through a little SEO research, search engine optimization research, and find out what people are really specifically asking. A friend of mine, Nate Woodbury, has come up with the LEAF strategy. And what that is, very simply, your knowledge is like an entire tree. Then you've got little divisions of your knowledge. Those become the branches. And then way on out at the end of the branches are these little leaves. Those leaves are the specific questions that your potential clients and customers are asking. So when you have your topics match up with one of those questions, you've got gold, my friend. So let's take one of those answers, give it that title. You're going to do your SEO research and find out, let's say, if you're in fitness, if you're a fitness coach, the right technique for a bench press. I'm just trying to fly by the seat of my pants right here. What's the best technique for a bench press? Well, if that is the exact wording, that becomes the title to your video, it becomes the title to your podcast episode, or it becomes the title to your blog article. And when the next person comes along and types in that exact title, because through your SEO research, you realize anywhere between 10 and 200 people are asking that question on a monthly, ongoing basis, those 200 searches are going to come pointing to you. Think of your customers or clients on a cruise. They're not exactly sure where they want to go on this cruise, but they're on the boat and they're searching around out in the ocean. They know they want, let's say, tropical beaches, exotic flowers, maybe even some hiking. Well, finally, when they narrow it all down, they end up on Island B. Well, there you are on Island B, already standing there on the shore with a circle of flowers ready to go right around their neck. That's how you position yourself as the expert in your field and draw in potential customers and clients that are already looking, they just haven't found you. Well, we're going to make them find you through the questions and the SEO research. So combining all of that together, a friend of mine, Nate Woodbury, has written this book, A Hero's Guide to Influence on YouTube. This particular book is where you'll discover a lot of these techniques and tips that I've just discussed with you, and it goes even further. If you want to pay shipping and printing, this guy is yours for the taking. Just click down below, find the link in the description, and we'll get you one of these out as quickly as we possibly can. This will take you from beginning to end, from idea creation all the way to uploading your very first episode and following the analytics. Get yourself a copy of this, A Hero's Guide to Influence on YouTube. I'm Nick Natarella with AdWise Creative. Thank you for watching.